Okay, now it's saying I'm live again. It's saying I'm live again. They say the third time is a charm. I hope this microphone is picking up enough of my voice so y'all can hear me. Let me see if I can even. Just do me a favor. As soon as y'all jump in here, can you can you type one? I'm gonna give y'all a couple of seconds. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of seconds. All right, how am I sounding right now? Like I said, I might have to get up and do a little bit of moving because there's people around. It's the kind of city, but it's kind of country a little bit. This little grassy area with some picnic tables and all of that other stuff. All right. I'm hoping y'all saw part one. We were discussing some things. We were talking about manipulation, and we want y'all to know that manipulation is just not. I sound good. Manipulation is just not what you would see in Christianity, in Islam. You sound a little low, but I can hear you. Okay, I'll try to talk up a little bit. Manipulation is not what you would see. People think when you think Christianity, you think manipulation. Good to see you, Charles. But manipulation is everywhere. We see it in Islam, we see it in Christianity and all type of religions. But not only that, we see it in business. People often want you to move off of your emotions when we deal with certain things. People want you to. Let me see if I can pull this thing up. If I can get up from here, then I can talk better, and I can come back to the notes and the stuff over there. A lot of people, they want you to be moving off of emotions. Now, when we start dealing with emotions, if you go to buy a car, the car dealer, he want to get you to sign for the car. I'm walking away so I can talk a little louder. Are y'all hearing the microphone popping? He want to get y'all to sign for the car. Good to see you, Mello. If you're going to buy a mink or you want to buy some jewelry, most people, and they warn you, financial advisors, they tell you you have no business shopping emotionally. If you're hungry and you're going to get food, you'll start pulling up everything. You don't get what you're supposed to get on the list. People go, and because of this, because of manipulation and propaganda working hand in hand, a lot of people, a lot of states have what we would call buyer's remorse. How many of y'all ever went and bought something and then you end up getting home and you're like, oh my goodness, when the emotions calm down. You said, I sound good now? He said, when the emotions calm down, it's a whole different story. You start saying, why did I do this? So most states have what we call buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse. A lot of times when people are dealing with y'all, if it's in Christianity or if it's dealing with the camps and stuff like that, and people are trying, oh, don't you know? And I said it earlier, don't you know that the white man had you in slavery and they stir you emotionally? When you're stirred emotionally, you can't make sound decisions. So we got to be careful when we start dealing with manipulation. So I'm going to talk about a little bit right now about manipulation and the books that we are using out here. Because you can be manipulated with the Word of God. You can be manipulated with the Bible. A lot of people don't understand that, but you can be manipulated with the Bible. You could be manipulated with the Quran. Whatever book you deem as a holy book, people have always took those books and have used people. And a lot of times when people are so innocent for God, their hearts are open. So when your heart is open, you expect whoever's talking about the book to do right by you. But we got to guard ourselves. We got to compare spiritual with spiritual. We got to make sure when these people are talking that they're talking and what they're saying is lining up with the Word of God. Everybody is getting on the line right now. Everybody is on the internet right now, and everybody's teaching all type of stuff from the Bible. From the Bible, like I said, 2.3 billion people deal with the Bible, and they deal with this belief system that we would call Christianity, that we would call Hebrewism, or whatever you want to call it right now, walking in the way, whatever term you want to use to call it. People are right now manipulating people with it. So we got to be careful. I'm gonna try to read some of these comments in a little while. Now, part of the problem when we start dealing with that is that people don't want to talk. Most people say, I believe what I believe, and that's it. Nobody's opening up themselves. And because of manipulation, people feel that their minds are already made up. When I say manipulation goes hand in hand with propaganda, women, we have terms like a diamond is a girl's best friend. We got terms like that right now because of Sigmund Freud's nephew. He wrote a book back in the days, Propaganda. and the diamond company, the Jewish people had some diamond mines out in Africa. They wanted to sell more diamonds, so they hired him. He was talking to his uncle Sigmund Freud, and they hired him, and they told him, listen, you have to do certain things, and you have to put it out there for the people, and people will want to feel like they can't live without it. They do it with children, they do it with everybody, to the point where we have warnings. We have warnings. They said, listen, you can't promote cigarettes, you can't promote vaping, you can't promote this to kids underneath 21 years old. Why? Because people's been doing it. They've been doing this for the longest of times. Cigarette smoking was down with with the population, and tobacco companies wanted to know what to do. They went and they spoke to him, and they wanted an increased number. They said there's a whole untapped market out there, and that untapped market was the women. So what do? Macy's Day Parade, they get a whole bunch of pretty models, 34th Street in the city. I think it was in the 1930s, mid-1930s, mid-1940s, and they got them out there, and they tell you, listen, y'all look good, y'all look sexy, and when I give y'all the cue, pull out those cigarettes and light up those cigarettes and start smoking. And that's what they did. All of this is manipulation and propaganda, and people are spreading manipulation and propaganda among us, and we don't know what's what. We're not sure of what's what. I'm gonna walk over here. I'm trying to see if those gentlemen are going. If those gentlemen, no, they're not going. I can't even get over there to my notes. So I want to talk about a couple of books, because books are important. A lot of people say when we're dealing with certain things, we have to be able to trace doctrine. We have to be able to understand why we believe what we believe. Everybody claims that they're looking at certain evidences and they want to see what's what when we're dealing with the Hebrew faith. I told y'all I think I'm gonna spend the whole summer. We're gonna deal with Christology. I'm gonna deal with the book of Hebrews. A lot of Israelites like to come through. I'm gonna deal with the book of Hebrews when we start talking about who wrote Hebrews. That's important. Who wrote Hebrews? A lot of people said it was Paul and Barnabas. Some people say Apollos, but most people, F.F. Bruce and others, New Testament documents, are they reliable? A lot of those people feel that it was written to Hebrews living in Italy. Now, when we get to that, this is where we have to speak. Because like I said, I have pastors, not people in the apologetic community now. I got pastors and other people that are hitting me and they're asking me questions. I said, well, I have some questions written down also, and y'all can hit me. Y'all know the email. Y'all can hit me. I have other questions that's coming in, and I want y'all to know that Israelites have some good questions that they want to ask believers too. That believers don't want to answer, because we feel we got to keep questioning them and questioning them and questioning them. But if I say this is a two-way street, we ask some questions that they that they would like answered also. Matter of fact, I might even start with their questions. Because last time I threw some questions at them, and I'm gonna talk about Minister Dante. Shout out to him. Teo Ministry. Shout out to them, and some other things that came up. Let's just put that out there. But the first question is, let me talk to who's in here. Let me see. I need my Bible thumpers right now. Where are my Baptist people at right now? I want to talk to y'all for a minute, because they said, well, what is Christianity doing? Listen to me right now, y'all, and I hope y'all can still hear me. What is Christianity doing that so many men are walking away, and many of them are going to study with Israelites? Come on. Oh, Colin. Oh, good thumpers are in here. Colin's in here. Come on, good thumpers are in here. What are we going to do with that? Why are so many? I'm going to make sure I'm slow now, because they say sometimes you talk fast. Why, Joe's daughter Zion, why are so many men, and I think this is a fair question. Y'all not going to disrespect them, not on my platform. I think that's a fair question, and we're going to park here for a minute. Why are so many men leaving Christianity? Cox, I seen that conversation you've been having. All right, my thumper's here. I seen the conversation you talking to my man, and my man Daniel, and there's a couple of brothers Sharp in here now. Listen to this. I wish. Let me see who else is in here. All right, there's some sisters in here. I see you, Melinda. Why are so many men leaving, especially of African descent? Why are they leaving Christianity, and the church doesn't seem like they're too worried about it? Why do y'all think that is? And why do you think they would be going to the Hebrew faith? What are the Israelites doing? What are the Israelites doing that the church isn't doing? I'm not going to tell you what they think it is, but I want to ask y'all that. Come on. I think y'all are a couple of seconds behind me, so I'm going to wait, and I'm looking in here to get some good answers. And I'm expecting some women are leaving and practicing. Yeah, yes. Not large numbers. Now, one of the reasons, because they're not being raised up. What is Mello talking about? What do you mean raised up? We don't give them an opportunity. We don't give them the platform in church. And hold on a minute, because I want to make sure, I don't want to say I'm missing anything, because I don't want them to feel that, oh, Taylor isn't here. Good to see you. I don't want them to feel that I'm saying anything, then I jump the subject and we just say why we as believers do something. So I want to see, in my opinion, it's not what Christianity is doing or what Christianity is not doing that's empowering men, especially, okay, but are they doing something different? Is it because they're talking about carnal things like the flesh and Christ's skin color and Africa? Because we have to go back. I got to be fair. I got to be fair about certain stuff. We got to go back to the history of seminaries, because when we start talking about who know how to exegete, who know how to eisegete, who know how to deal with the text, we got to go back and we got to deal with racism with seminary and how the certain people were treated. We got to go to the history of the Methodist Church. They were the first one to license, well, I think they were one of the oldest denominations to license free slaves. They were one of the oldest denominations, and the Baptists later on, that's where the AME Church actually pulled out. That, Richard Allen, Absalom Jones, and the AME Church, they pulled out later on, and they just went and started their own thing. But they were Methodists. They were Methodist people. Let me see. Come out of Babylon, and then I'm going to get I'm going to get some of them. Some people say God is just waking up people, Mello. Listen to this. I got a few country boy. What's good? I got a few people saying, listen, the Most High is waking people up, and they're realizing it's foolishness. I'm telling people, I said, listen, we got to get rid of the stuff, the little stuff that they talking about, to eat the tree, the egg, and we got to get rid of the little stuff. Stop using the word Easter. We got to get rid of the little stuff. But for some reason, y'all fighting. So they got me, I'm under the impression that maybe there is a little bit of, I don't want to use the word because everybody will get mad at me. I can't say paganism. I don't want to use that word because it ain't pagan, but we got some things that are in Christianity that's not original to the Bible. Let's use that word. Ignorant folk like coming in here talking about it's pagan, prove it's in the book and all of that stuff, and they got us working hard. Nobody like to get books and start digging all through these books, and y'all doing the most. But why y'all think that is? Why y'all think that is? So many black men are just deceived. They're just low deceived brothers to make them want to leave? Or do we just have a few people that's saying, listen, enough is enough. We just want to get back to Zion. We want to get closer to the king, and anything that's not of him. Because remember, brothers recognize some stuff. Game recognize game. Anything that's not of him, I don't want it. Of course, there's more opportunities. We have Comedicism out there. We got voodoo out there, Santeria out there. We got Islam out there. We got the Nation of Islam. We got all of this stuff. But could it be something that we're doing? Could it be something that we're doing that we're running them off? I want to read some comments. If y'all forgive me if I have to go into more tomorrow. I don't want to run on this thing right here. Then I'm going to talk about the brothers. Why isn't the church addressing these issues? Black folk, we are the people. Oh, no, who is this? I thought you were. Oh, Lord have mercy. All right. I'm going to still read it anyway. I'm sorry. I got to be fair. She said, why isn't the church addressing this? She said, we are the people of the book. And a lot of people have a problem with that. I spoke on it earlier. We can't say we're the people of the book without bringing in color and race and all of that. And a lot of black people don't even want that. They don't want that. I got involved with some other people, and we started saying that Jesus wasn't white. But if we say Jesus isn't white, we're opening up doors for so much stuff. Like I said earlier in the video, political Zionism. John Hagee and so many churches have been tied into Israel. Israel made millions, maybe hundreds of millions, tens of millions in the last 40, 50 years, 60 years off of Christianity. And a good bit has been off of black Christianity also, the black church. And we don't speak on certain things. Pastors know their place. There's not too many pastors out here that's going to put especially black pastors, that's going to put their mouth on Israel. You got a few Baptists, boy. You got a few of them that'll speak up and say that I don't care what's going on in that land. You even have rabbis that say when you start dealing with Zionism, when you start dealing with that whole movement and the occupation and what they're doing to Palestine and violating the United Nations, that stuff ain't nothing but God, and that ain't the Bible. But we can't talk about that, to be honest. Nobody can really talk about that. If you want to be ordained and stay ordained in this country, you got a 501 in this country, certain things you're not going to do. And I'm not going to say they're holding the 501 over their heads, but these are just some things we got to look at. I'm talking about the brothers. Our brothers so dumb, our brothers so deceived that they can't do research. They can't find out what's what. Are they manipulated, or are they moving off of emotions and they're just leaving for simple stuff and they don't really have to leave the church? They say, Berean, you putting it on, you putting it on the church. You leave the church alone, you leave the church alone. We just need to talk. In African American families, Hispanic families, I'm around here with these brothers and I'm hearing all type of stuff. My uncle molested me, and my parents wasn't even on drugs, but family members were molesting people. This is a problem. So there's a lot of stuff, and I think we have the same problem in the church. We don't want to talk about stuff, and they feel we disrespectful if we start bringing certain things up. I love the church, but at the same time, I'm asking, could there be some things that we can do better? Could there be some things that we can change? So they want to know that, and they want to know why we love everybody. We love everybody. They say that there's a feminine energy inside the church. There's something going on inside the church to the place where we're just accepting any and everything goes on in the church. We're a loving people. We're a forgiving people. Could it be that pressure is forcing us, politics and pressure is forcing us not to talk about certain things, so we don't press abortion? We don't press gay marriage. We don't press certain things. We used to give them the fire and brimstone. We used to give them that stuff. But could it be that certain things are pressing certain pastors and denominations, and it'll take us to court, so we just fall back from those things? I don't know. On the other hand, I think, and those are the main two questions that recently came in. Y'all hit me at bereanteach@gmail.com. I'll be taking questions and I'll be putting them out. Love, God is love. God is love. The God of God is about giving your life for our brothers. Is this a side conversation and sisters when it comes to this truth? What truth? When it comes to this truth. These are things that we have to look at. Now, they said, Berean, you're the only ones riding with the Israelites. You're the only one riding with the Israelites. Now, there was, when them people say stand down, you got to stand down. But I've been doing my own thing. They said, you're the only one riding with the Israelites. And the Israelites are running around here fooled. They deceived, and they don't even know they're deceived. So that's why I said I'll have to deal with the books, and we have to deal with tracing this stuff. I may have to get into part 2 tomorrow because I'm outside and somebody's in the library and all of this. But I want to get into Eusebius. I want to get into Socrates of Constantinople. I want to get into these people. I want to get into the history. Like, we can trace a history. They want to know, how can we trace that history? Not in Italy. How can we trace that history of Torah being preached? Of Torah being preached throughout Africa. So we have to get into history and certain things. People are saying, "Oh, Teo, the brothers that you brought on." My Philly phone I turned off and turned the Brooklyn phone back on. But they're saying certain things about the brothers that I had on, and I don't like what I'm hearing. They're saying you're the only ones, and the people that already want to believe those brothers, y'all are the only ones that thinking that they're saying something. They're not saying anything. Pastor said, "I've been following that thing." So we're gonna have to revisit stuff soon, dealing with that whole Judah and brother Dante, Minister Dante, and Teo Ministries. We gotta visit that stuff that was said, because they're like, listen, you can say what you want, everybody's silent because they know that Sister Nephi put in work. So we gotta look at Judah. We gotta be real slow on this stuff and make sure we look at that, because they say people will see a debate, people would see two sides and end up walking away with the same thing. If we're looking at primary sources, if we're looking at original material and it's not taken out of its context, we're both looking at the same sources, we're both looking at the same evidence, what's the problem? So now we have to sit down and all look at it. We have to sit down and all look at it. The only people that's agreeing with Minister and with Teo and them, only people that's agreeing with them is people that want to believe that. Now remember, the black church can't speak on too much history. We can't speak on too many things. Now, one thing we have to do is we're addressing racism and how the racist the seminaries were, how they whitewashed all the pictures. Now, they just want to say that Jesus isn't white, but they don't want to get into different things. That's how come I talk about Odin. We have to talk about Odin, how Africa shaped the Christian mind. How when we start talking about the development of the Trinity, how that came about and seminary started and things got real deep in Africa first among African church fathers. We got to talk about this, but they're saying leave it alone because it starts bothering Israel, and anything that starts bothering Israel and bothering the superiors. I'm over here in the corner whispering because I'm hoping to get a check. I'm hoping to give white people money. I hate to say that. I got to do something out here in the Airbnb. I got to do something, so I'm hoping to do that. That's what the other guy said. He said, man, Berean, we getting white people money. I said, say word. My ears perked up. He said, yeah. So I had to hit the other pastor and ask him. He said, yeah, they paying for churches. They paying for the furniture. They paying for everything for 3 years. We trying to get them up to 5 years so we can have time to grow the ministries. I'm like, wow. What am I going to say about that? What am I going to say about that? Now people are going to say, oh, that ain't right, bringing out certain things. Listen, it is what it is. But is that the reason that people can't discuss these things? What's the reason that black people feel, black ministers are feeling some type of way about even getting into this blackness? Is it hurting? We can't deal with it? White people kept us out of seminaries. We have to admit that. White people changed images in the book. We have to admit that. Are we going to go back to the Maccabean period and say that when they started to form the Pharisaical order in the intertestamental period, I can't even say stuff. I'm going to keep it 100 with y'all. I can't even say stuff. I'm not going to say stuff. It's going to turn into something else. We got to go back to Pastor Kelly. I unblocked Pastor Kelly. Shout out to Pastor Kelly. We got to go back to Pastor Kelly, dealing with them pews. They said, Marine, we don't put in so much work, boy. We don't put that thing to bed. Y'all are the only ones running around here looking crazy. And these, like I said, these ain't even apologists are saying this. These are other pastors saying, yo, I'm watching everything. The church even switched up on what they said about the pews. I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to get Ron Dalton here. I'm going to go back. They don't want to hear nothing now. They don't want to. Or are they moving the goalposts? They don't want to hear nothing about the 15th, 16th, 17th century. They want to go back to the beginning with Polycarp and them. They want to go back to the beginning. So it's that beef. I can't even read the comments here. My phone is what you call it, and I'm looking around because I got brothers coming out. I don't want Rouse. Grace and peace. Good to see you. These pastors to come on the platform and present their, Johnson. Oh man, shout out to Johnson. Shout out to the pastors. Bro, I know I love you. You know I love you and I appreciate you. And you get me mad with that right there. And you ain't even Israel, and you getting me mad. I'm just saying I'm watching out for Israel comments. But if I say I'm fair, I got to read y'all comments too. But in all actuality, the pastor was like, the other dude was like, yo, you can say what you want. Israel comes with an aggression. Couple of years back, the pastor called me, and I got to just say what it is. The pastor called me and said, yo, can you make it happen? Pastor Kelly want to get it on with Damon Richardson. He want to debate Damon Richardson. I said, I can make it happen. I'm calling the bishop and them, woo, woo, woo. Excuse the language. And I'm calling the bishop trying to make it happen, Something. I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but they said that we want, they've been saying. Moderates been saying we want to present our evidence. Like I said, shout out to Muhammad. Muhammad invited them in 2018 or something like that to the Thrive Frequency Conference. And Pastor Kelly and Pastor Major, they came humble, but they came heavy. Cats ain't even want to talk. Like, yo, these dudes not even on my level. Why not? Why so many pastors are running? That's a good question. That's a fair question. I hope the Johnson ain't finna get me in trouble. This is my man. He ain't finna get me in, but that's a fair question. Israelites are more aggressive. Listen, we can sit down and talk. We got, A, B, C, and D, everybody in the background. Yo, Ron Dalton, we bringing it together. Man, this dude ain't doing this. So let's, come on, show out. Show out. Bring it out. If y'all got it, bring it out. Let's give them that business. Remember, I'm not an Israelite. I just want everything on the table. Give these people a fair shot because I'm starting. Y'all got me thinking. That there's something y'all don't want to come out. It could be. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's just like, yo, these dudes are so beneath us. And I don't know what would even give you that attitude, because a humble person will, let's talk, let's chat. Was this thing smashed? This thing wasn't smashed with church councils. Wait a minute. Where are we getting this stuff from? We have to discuss these things. All of this stuff wasn't smashed with church councils. So we can talk about a lot of pastors shy away from that history. They just want scripture. Y'all ain't right with doctrine, but let's get this history. Y'all historians, bring them out. Come on out. Israel on the block, now y'all peeking out the window. Let's just talk about it. Let's just bring it up. But I'm not going to lie. Why I said I wanted to mention names that I can't lie. I don't know what happened. Of course, I'm so busy, and like I'm saying, with my whole thing, I don't know what happened with Minister Dante and the sister Nephi, but I know she's sharp. I know Damon Richardson a problem. Damon Richardson is a problem. I can't lie. That's like I said, well, maybe I got to really lay and get into it, and I'm going to see what they say about Judah, and I'm going to go take my time and go back when I can really settle down with everything. A lot of my problem is finances, so I'm running here, I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and I really appreciate all my Patreon people. There's a lot of stuff I can't even really do with y'all because my life has been so crazy in these past couple of months. I think I'm almost up to, shout out to Thomas White. He helped me set up that whole thing. Shout out to the whole team. I think I'm up to 725, 750. As soon as I get off here, y'all can go to Berean Teach on Patreon and y'all can see what it is. I think I'm almost at $800. And that was just for some chicken wings and some books and stuff like that. And we're almost to that number. But coming to that number, we have to ask some things. What's the other thing that they brought out? That's like I said, we got to deal with these books. How many of y'all in here, be fair, be fair, how many of y'all in here believe that Compact Bible, Zondervan's Compact Bible? I know a lot of the camps, GMS, ICP, the camps like to get on the corners in the city of New York, and they like to say, they like to read about Ham, and when they're talking about Ham, they're saying Ham and not the Negroes, and they think that Zondervan is, they're under the impression that Zondervan Brothers, that's Pat and Robert that owned that company, Zondervan Publishing, they're under the impression that Zondervan Brothers actually knew who Israel was and wasn't saying it. Ooh, how many of y'all believe that? How many of y'all believe that? I'm talking about my moderate people. I know camps all believe that because camps all use that. And I'm telling like, yo, no, I don't really know moderates that use that. We can't really use that. And I seen that system. I see some people putting it out there. There's certain stuff that we think we could use, we can't use. They trying to throw away even the other dude, James White, the other white, not the white that deal with Islam. There's another white that's an apologist with the New Age movement. He was talking about the 13th tribe. Is the 13th tribe debunked? I can't even get over there to my books. Like I said, people are here. But we have to talk about that. We have to talk about Zondervan and that compact dictionary and that whole thing with Ham and why they said not the Negroes. We have to talk about that. And we have to talk about the 13th tribe. The invention of what's the other guy named with the invention of the Jewish people and people out of a people. We got to talk about a couple of books, and we got to see how these things are being used. I have 3 that should be here on Tuesday. Then I have some Bruce over there I want to show you. I found what's his name's book? Fox Book of the Martyrs. That's John Fox Book of the Martyrs. I want to show y'all some things, and I want to show y'all how we can trace things, where there's some things missing, and I want to show you where seminaries have lied, and then people came in there, and then when blacks were finally accepted in seminaries, to be honest, when they were so happy to get in there, nobody refuted nothing. They got up in there and they just, yes, master, forgive me, Lord, not master, but whatever, they started letting us into seminaries in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, but they wasn't doing it originally. So by the time we end up getting in there, we're so happy to be in there, to be above all the other folk up in the church. That's a problem. Oh, I've been to seminary, I came back, I have an MDiv, and then everybody wanted an MDiv, and it's messing around with them folk, and nobody never straightened them out. Nobody never straightened them out. Did they hide some history? We know they flip pictures. How far are we going to go into research? Are people worried about it? Are people going to say, oh, just don't worry about it, God is love? I don't know. Like I said, I can't even go, and I think I memorized the first 2 pages. They got me doing so much homework here. I don't know what's what. But this is what it is. What we gonna? Matter of fact, let me slow down. Let me try to read some of the comments. Let me try, because I'm gonna go back. Well, I'm gonna have to come on tomorrow. Shout out to on Brown. I'm gonna try to see if I can get my man Brown on the Inquisition. I'm gonna bring up the Inquisition with that Fox book of the. There's a lot of stuff, and then we're half, being that there's so many of us that's involved in the college of the bishops and stuff like that, we don't want to talk about the depths. A lot of us, we don't want to be, and it's foul, but this Christianity, we don't want to talk about the depths and the influence that the Catholic Church have on us as Protestants. The Catholics did some stuff, and we don't want to talk about nothing. When pain hurts us. We've been abused in the church. We've been abused. We folk done run amok and terrorized us. But what we're going to do, we don't want to talk about it. God is love. Just like the kid got molested. Just keep on. Come on, let's just keep on going, y'all. God is love. No. We're operating in this thing, and we're walking in this thing, and we done been hurt. We done been molested. We done been lied to, and we're trying to figure it out. And now, us that are just trying to don't think about it, we want to beat up on the people that want to dig and think and research and talk about it. If you need a hug, you need a hug. If we need primary sources, we need primary sources. Bring it out. And we got to build on this, and we got to find out what's what. I don't know how long I've been on. Let me see if these guys are going. If them guys over there going and them other people going over here, I might be able to bring some of the stuff out. But I want to look. My book's over here. I want to look in the this comment section. Let me see if this is a rocking chair. Let me see if this thing is even. I want to look in this comment section, and I want to see. Been on for 28 minutes. Oh man, I might have to go in. I got another cake and a little bit of coffee left too. Or are we being carnal? Is Israel being carnal, and this is part of the great last day deception? Is it that we haven't been teaching eschatology? Is it because we've been lying and saying we're spiritual Israel, don't worry about Israel? Or are these black people deceived and they just want to be special because they see Israel special in the Bible? And the Freemasons invent this to dupe us all. People throw that out there too. Pastors will throw that out there too. But I want to get to the bottom of it. I don't think it's the end of the world. I want to get to the bottom of it. And there's some reason, something inside me. I'm like, nope, they trying to demonize and lump these people together for a reason. But we banged and we banged and we banged till they found out, all right, we ain't gonna lump them together. Ain't nobody lumping them together. Now everybody wanna write books on moderates. Now everybody wanna get out here. We gonna put that, oh, they gonna get it. I'm telling y'all, they got some books coming out for you. I don't know if just some in November, Thanksgiving. Boy, they got something for y'all now. They got something for you now. Other pastors, they're not even apologists. They're like, yo, let me jump on this Israel bandwagon and throw a book together real quick. Because that's a quick hustle. That's a quick come up for Luke, because mess around and sell a load 10, 20, 30, 50,000. Talking about this thing because it's a hot topic. So they'll go run and grab some stuff and just throw it on it, and this is what it is. But what's their purpose? So it's more people, like I'm saying, this thing is beyond apologists now. Oh, this way deeper than apologists now. So now Baptists, now Methodists, now other pastors, Pentecostals, and who's that hit me? I wish I'd have brought the other phone out here. I gotta hide stuff from these people. Somebody else hit me. I'm a tongue-talking Pentecostal, grew up Kojic, and I'm Israel. Oh, they find it out now. So now they scrambling. They want to know the numbers. How many of them out here? So they thinking up something else. They thinking it up. Y'all had a chance to sit down and talk. But if they're right about that compact dictionary, if Sister Nephi is right about that Judah, if Faithful and them put in that work about those pews and whatever that other brother named it with Pastor Kelly and them, I gotta say what that other pastor said. I gotta say what that other dude said. There was the other Catholic, not even my man Father G. Shout out to Father G. I'm gonna get him on. Where ain't but two I'm gonna get on. No, matter of fact, three. I gotta get my man Pastor Mark on. Shout out to him. I'm gonna get him on. But I got some young cats in seminary. They gonna give y'all that work. Don't get it twisted. Father G. Catholic, but he ain't coming in here telling y'all Hail Mary, pray to Mary, and all that nonsense. He giving y'all that book. And I got him, and I got Rev C, and I'm gonna get shout out to Pastor Mark Anthony. I'm gonna get him on. I'm gonna go in on that book of Hebrews. We going in on that Christology. But let me just move on to the other thing. The pews, we gotta make sure we straight with it. I'm gonna ride with y'all. We gotta make sure we straight with them pews. And one other thing, I will say it on here right now. Listen, that dude, that vocab alone is a devil. I'll say it, but we gotta find out. We gotta find out if that La Kodesh or whatever, if that's Hebrew, or that's a make-believe language. Because if that's a make-believe language, vocab and Faithful putting in work, and you can't talk about the complexion of his skin. If it's work, they putting in work. We gotta figure this out. I'm riding with y'all. We gotta figure this out though. Now, I'm not saying that moderates do that. They're gonna try to bring everything together. Grace and peace, Brother Ron. They're gonna try to bring everything together. So it's hard for us to be dissecting because we got preachers that's lumping it, rolling it down, lumping it all together and throwing it out there. They don't want, Father God, some people don't want clarity. I'm not gonna say preachers because they're gonna say I'm banging on the church. Some people don't want clarity. I gotta keep it 100. Now, why they don't want, oh no, I gotta stop. My phone dying. Now why they don't want clarity here? Y'all gonna start going cause the tithes, cause the money getting low, and I don't know why. I ain't in their heart and their mind, but we gonna talk. We gonna talk. They like it or not, they gonna sit back and listen. Because like I said, Israel been more aggressive. They've been more not confrontational and disrespectful. They be like, oh, but we got A, B, C, and D. We believe this. Let's sit down and let's hear them out. Let's bring it on out. And what them dudes gonna do, crawl away with their tail between their legs? They feel they don't lick shots and that's good, that's it. Y'all know how it is on the block, and that's not it. No, we gotta spin back through the block. Switch whips up, we coming back, we gotta figure it out. We can't, so I can't be with a team of people. We over here, we cocky, we got the truth, and y'all are nothing, y'all are beneath. No, wait a minute. We all came in the ship together. We all came over here. We descended from people that all came over here. That's where I'm at with it right now. But you gotta lift up Jesus. I am lifting up Jesus. By bringing out truth. They don't like that. Said, I'm not banging for Kojic. That's what y'all want me to do. I'm not banging for listen. We just want to bring it out. We want to talk about it. And we all got to be able to say, yo, I got to backpedal from this. Say what you want to. I think it was a brother Teo Dante, one of them, they was like, listen, if I'm wrong, he said, yo, if I'm wrong, I'm willing to, I didn't even hear nobody else say that. But if they're wrong, are they willing to back up? Who the church lady? Hi, Israelite lady. Oh, wait a minute, y'all went and got Pastor Kevin. Pastor like, oh Lord, I don't know what's going on. But we gotta figure this thing out. And y'all can say what y'all want. We laughing, we clapping, we jumping, we hollering, and it's a bunch of them that's reading books. Like I said, I've been a lot of moderate sisters. Sisters been hitting me. It's sisters heavy into their pocket. Their sisters heavy into other stuff. The average church person in the pew can't see the average Israelite. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, now y'all gonna, this way they gonna say I'm riding with Israel. The average one of y'all, oh, they quoting scripture out of context, say what you want. The average person in the pew not seeing the average Israelite. So now, so this is the job, this is the job for the pastors. Pastors say, well, I'm too busy and I ain't nobody got no time debating. Oh, they ain't this, they ain't that. And how much stuff they gotta put out? Somebody gotta come out. Somebody got to come out beside them other people down the channel. They got the foot soldiers just running around here just howling. They ain't nothing. They ain't say them other crazy folk down that channel. I'm just saying what I observed, and I've been around for a minute. I'm not saying they right, but they bringing out some stuff and they talking, and y'all will throw a rock, drop a video here and then going back. They constantly putting material out. They constantly say so that they devils. Let's show and prove they devils. Let's do it once and for all. That they want to get on there in a little panel, all of them on a little Zoom, and then let's talk about the moderates. What do you feel about the moderates? You know, because I'm thinking a little bit they changing, they moving that goalposts. They don't believe in the eternality of the Son. And then that's how come deliberately I ain't bring on Divine Prospect, deliberately, because I know he's a little bit different from them. The guy said, well, we want to hear the other side of the moderates. Bring Divine Prospect on. Wait a minute, let's just figure this thing out right here. Let's just figure this thing out. Bring Pastor Kelly on. The Son is eternal. Pastor Major, the Son is eternal. Sister E, shout out her, the Son is eternal. So what else y'all want? Oh, but if you really press them, they're not going to really say it. If you keep, no. You said they ain't believe it at all. Now you hearing major people in the thing. Brought Teo on, they said that. Brought Mr. Dante on, he said it. Now y'all stay switching the game up. Now y'all got me thinking y'all doing something ain't right. I could be wrong. And people say, well, Berean is just mad at us, the apologetic community, because they had a fuck out on me. I ain't thinking about them. I had a channel already. I told y'all that I had a channel already. So they're not gonna say anything because Dr. E gonna tell them don't say nothing. And they better not say nothing to me. They ain't gonna say nothing to me. But we gonna bring it out. If y'all got something, I'm gonna hit the other pastors. Y'all come on out, give me the information. Them pastors was like, yo, bro, I'm here, I'm watching, I'm listening to everything, and they'll hit me with stuff. Yo, just see about this. Shout out to Brother Washington. Hit me with that brother Daniel. There's some brothers that they riding, but they got some real concerns. And you know, I respect them more coming to the table and just talking, just building. In other words, yo, we too big to come to the table. We too big to come to the table. Y'all ain't got to come to the table, but while y'all ain't coming to the table, I'm telling y'all sleep. I told y'all was sleep before. It's more of them than it is the camps. Now y'all seeing that. Now y'all scraping, running, writing books and doing it, but y'all still ain't sitting to the table. I think y'all funny. The church, I love the Church of God, but y'all fun. Some of y'all are funny with it. This is just me talking. Now y'all want to get there, we gonna find out, we gonna blow his job. We gotta do whatever y'all want to do. I'm gonna talk about it. All right, I'm gonna get off here. I got my book and stuff. I ain't even going over there. Make some phone calls and see what's what. Now these people, they switching up the game on me. I'm in the class with all the brothers and they doing whatever. Now I'm on break. I can't use my phone. Oh man, this is a whole nother thing. I'm just gonna be quiet. But let me try to read some of this before I get out of here. I know they're gonna run, Berean running amok. Hey, you know, y'all hear me? I ain't even mentioning no medication, but I'm just saying we're gonna bring out some stuff. Y'all said whatever, so I said them other people, the wayward ones. That's a Thrawn Shields, Iron Legs. I'm gonna leave the wayward ones alone. They different. They're a little different, all right? So the church, I understand why they're a little scared of them. You know, they're a whole nother group over there. It's different groups, but I'm bringing y'all the ones that's closest to Kojic, that's closest to us. Pastor Kelly, and they worship and listen to their songs. Y'all had me stalking these people for a whole year. I'm going through Boom Page, I'm going through the other Boom Flawed, I'm going through all of the church and listen to they singing. That's my song. They just saying, yeah, that's they playing my joint there. I'm watching, I'm listening. I'm tired of stalking for y'all. I done stalked out everything. And everything looking good. So I'm coming back, I'm figuring out all the stalking. These people gonna sit down and, man, listen, I'm good. We're gonna figure this thing out. That's all I can say. We're gonna figure this thing out and we're gonna figure it out. Israel, I'm gonna ride with y'all, but we gotta make sure that Judah is right. Negro land is right. If it's right, we good. If it's not right, we'll backpedal. All right, we'll just work it out. Come on, Kyles, where they at? And then we're gonna see what's what. We'll see what's what. But like I said, they're gonna be quiet. Now. If they come on out, bring it out. Shout out to Vocab. He putting in work. We're gonna see what's what. People just saying you a devil. I don't know if you a devil, but I know one thing. People say, and I got some stuff on me, and I got some stuff where he denied the listen. Let's bring it all out. Oh, you got it on this secret file. Y'all ain't no feds. Whatever y'all got, bring it out. That's all I'm saying. Bring it on out. I'll say their name. Show me the fast. Show me what he said. Show me he denied it. Because people publicly came on here. If they publicly came on here and they said the Son is eternal, y'all ain't gonna switch it up. I don't know. All right. That's my rant. That's my rant. It is what it is, you know, and it could turn into whatever. And I'm saying all of this in love. I say certain things, proverbially speaking, but we're all believers on Messiah. We're all believers on the Lord, and we're just trying to figure out what's what. People talking about it look like a money grab. Like I said, manipulation is everywhere. We got to be careful. Are we just mad at white folk? Are we just mad at white folk? Or do Jews got the churches and the seminaries in their pocket and these pastors is just scared? I'm telling y'all, I'm straight scared of these folk. They got the court locked down. I got problems. Even when I was talking to my man and when this whole thing was forming, I'm like, yo, I'm a convicted felon. Blah, 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 blah. You the face of this thing, whatever. Now the whole movement jumping, movement, woke, movement, this movement, that, trying to act like I ain't the leader of no movement. Come on, man, that's clown behavior. We done talked about that. It's jumping now. You got other white folk banging on this woke, and you got other people saying this and saying that, and you got the people coming. Them Israelites say, let's go talk to them right there. Why? Because we talking about blackness in the image of Jesus, and they talking about blackness in the image of Jesus. I respect them coming through to the conference. Shout out to Muhammad. Keep your head up. All right, man, I'm gone. I'm gone. Don't hit my phone. I got my Brooklyn number on. Don't even call my phone and bother me. Y'all get videos jumping. Let's get the jumping. I'm going to get them brothers on. I know y'all talking about that. I'm going to try to get that dude Ron Dalton on. I got to turn that other phone on. I got to see if I can even find his number in that other phone. We're going to figure this thing out. Whatever it is, we're going to figure it out. All right, y'all, I'm gone.